Okay, I've got a spit water machine here that it's a small machine that I've tried to turn into a jetter, and it works really well. It's 3000 psi at 21 litres a minute. It's a belt driven machine, and it's got the IGX motor, which when you close the ball valve it'll drop back to idle again. It's got a sunken main reel on it with 20 metres of 3/8 wire braided hose, and the machine comes with a gun. So with the M22 fittings, you line them up, you do them all the way to the end, and then you just back them off a bit, and that's on a swivel on the gun as well. So if you want to use the machine, it comes with a gun and a multi-reg, and the multi-reg is actually, it clicks forward for low pressure and it pulls back for high pressure. So if you do get one of these and it's in the back position, you can always click it forward to get back to high pressure again. And it's also an adjustable fan, so from a pencil jet to a fan you can actually adjust that as well. You can change the gun here and put different accessories on, like foaming guns and all that type of stuff. So yeah, with this machine you will be getting a gun with it. I'll just take this off again. Alright, so as far as the machine goes from now, petrol in the engine would be putting 95 unleaded in. I wouldn't put 98 in it. It's got a battery and it's an electric start machine. You don't have to turn, well you do have a fuel tap over here. So over in here, there's a fuel tap. There's a little picture there that shows you on and off as well. So if you're going to start using the machine, turn the fuel on. In transport, it's always a good idea to turn the fuel off, as long as you remember to turn it back on when you're done. And then it does have a recoil start, which is in there if you've got a flat battery. And then over here you've got the choke. So if for a cold start, you'll turn the choke on, and then you'll go over here. You'll make sure there's water in the tank, and you'll turn the key and and crank it and get the machine running. Once the machine's running, you'll then turn the choke off. And then for future starts, you won't need to use the choke anymore. So if you're going to start this machine up, the first thing we will do will be grab the hose and plug it into the water tank, and we'll fill the water tank up. As the water tank fills up, the float will actually shut the water off, and then it's full. That water tank will feed the pump, and when you're off the trigger, it'll actually recirculate back into the water tank again as well. So just to show you the machine firing up and dropping down in revs. That's the machine running. So if we're going to actually use this machine as a jetter, we're going to hook this up to the mini reel. This is your remote mini reel, which is 60 metres of 1/4 inch hose, and we use a M22 coupling. For this, we do that up tight, and then we just back it off a little bit. That's in, ready to go, and then we can actually start the machine up. So we'll grab this, no nozzle, we can start the machine up, and then once it's running and water's coming out of here, we'll close the ball valve. We'll pick a nozzle, the roto spin for example, click it on, put it in the drain, and then we open the ball valve and away you go again. So as you can see, and that's a spot for your nozzles to stay, so you've got a roto spin there. I've used a ferret nozzle here, which is 6 rear jets, 2 forward. That one works well off this machine as well. And then you also have a hose adapter here, which you can click onto here, so that you can then use your gun when you're going to clean up the job site. So all in all, that's basically everything about this machine. It pulls really well with these 2 nozzles. Unfortunately, you can't use a whip hose with it. It just doesn't have the power to do that. But everything else, the roto spin works great, the ferret works great. And always remember to don't leave your key on either, because that's going to flatten your battery. So always turn your key off when you're finished. And there you have it. You've got a small portable jetter that you can put in and out of a trailer or a van. If you need to get somewhere else and you just don't have the room for a bigger jetter.